Hello and welcome to this week's Alteryx Weekly Challenge with me, Nick Bignell. This is challenge number 63. This is a transformation type challenge. So we are looking at an input file that is received every month or so. Additional columns are added to the file each time, so we've got to be wary of that, so we can't just manipulate it as it is structured. We've got to look at it as it would potentially be dynamic. So let's just have a look at this. So we've got a whole bunch of information or metadata at the top of the file, and then we've got an identifier down here by the looks of it in column F1, and then a date range, and then inside and outside, and then a total. And yeah, that then is repeated for different months, each going forward, going to the right. Workflow needs to allow for the fact that additional columns will be added each month. Each pivot on the week and end date of each week, including a row for each DMA number in column A, which is like column 1, which I'm guessing is this row here, this column here, sorry. So let's have a look at the, so here we have the result they're wanting, which is that DMA number, then the week ending date, and then point of sale, inside point, outside point, total point of sale. Okay. So our first thing we need to do is get rid of this junk at the top. So it's doing in a select tool, or a select records tool, I should say. So what row was it on? So the dates start on row 9. So let's start with that row. So if we do 9+, that should take everything from that row. Okay. Yep, so now we have the month here. Okay, so now we can, what I'm thinking of is that because there are two headers here, we're going to end up with a bit of a, we then transform or transpose this. If we do it on that first one, I think we're going to end up with, let's just see, we've got this. So I think we need to, we lose the date and we end up with the F numbers. What we can do is move the first row up to the first row, not field formula, all. So we want to do it on all and not on formula. We want to do take field from first row and run that. What that then gives us, I think we need to keep this field 12 because that's the identifying number. So that's where you run that. Okay, that's better. So we've got the DMA number here, and then we've got the date, and then we've got the value. Now the first of the three is the inside one, which is just the date range. The second is the outside, and the third is the total, and it says total in here, and that is consistent throughout the table. So what we can do is create a formula that just creates a field which allows us to bring that in against each one. So header, call it, and then we'll do an if statement, and we'll do an else if statement, and if it contains, let's deal with the total first. So if it contains total, that's the wrong bit, we want to do the field first. If the name contains total, then what we want to do is call it total point of sale. Okay, so that will then do that one. Then the other option is, let's just copy all of this so it's easier to do. And if we then place it there, so it's not total. If it contains field, then we want to call it outside, because that was the outside one. And then if it's else, it's basically inside, so we can just copy that word, that text there, paste it, and then change the out to an in. Okay, now that should, let's just run that. Yeah, so that's given us total inside out for each of the, so we no longer need this as a header, but it's got the end date, so we now need to clean this up to get the end date. So I'm thinking just basically strip out use this dash here, to strip it into 2 columns, I should say. So okay, so let's strip it into 2 columns. We take the name and we'll use that dash. So when you want 2 columns, and we run it, what that's then done is given us the date in a awful format, but it's there. Now we've got nulls in there, so we want to do something with them. And what I'm going to do is use a multi-row formula, because if it is null, then the one above, else keep it as it is. Yeah. So multi-row formula, and we don't want a new. We'll update existing one. We'll use that name 2, and we'll say if the functions condition. So if now is it is null. Let's just bring string test, isn't it? If is null name. Let's use the actual variables in here. Name 2. Then take name 2 from above. Else use the existing name 2. Okay, so let's just see what that does. Yeah, so that's brought in the text from above, so we've copied that. Now we can strip out this total. So we can, it's got training and leading spaces. So first thing, let's get rid of the total. So that's another formula tool on that name 2, and we're going to replace characters. Not replace characters, it's in the string. We could just remove y from the beginning and end of string, defaults to trimming white space. Okay, let's just bring in that. Let's try that one then. So name 2, and we want to remove total. Yeah, let's give that a run and see what that's done. Okay, so that's removed the totals. We can do a data cleansing just to clean up the white space. Okay, so now we have this in this terrible format. I'm just going to get rid of the unneeded columns at this point. We want to probably rename this DMA. We can then get rid of, what can we get rid of? So we don't need name anymore. We don't need value. We don't need name 1. So name, value, name 1, gone. So let's just run that. Yep, so there we've got that. Now we can transfer this to a date. I think we want a date format, is that right? Yeah, we want a real date format. So that's a simple date time. And the format they have is, we have in here is, what is it, month, day. So it's month, day, is it this one? Yeah, on name 2. Maybe it's mon. Let's do move to custom and see what, so it's mon. Yeah, that's better. Space, day, comma, year. Okay, that's better. Let's run that. Okay, so we've now got a date timeout with the right date, and we can probably remove these row labels. We don't need them, so just filter out where DMA equals or actually just does not equal row label. Okay, that will then give us, that then gives us this format here, and what we're looking for is 3 columns. So we've got the week of, and sorry, if we can change the name of this, week of, and then that will give us that title. We've got the header to put in, and then we've lost the value. Why did I get rid of the value? That was silly. I wanted to keep the value, right? There we go. We've got the value. We need the value. Okay, so we want to, let's just lose this name too. Don't need it anymore. And then we want to transpose it or cross tab it back. So the thing we want to, we need the DMA and we need the week of to be the, now the headers will need to be the header, and the value is what we want. Can I get a name? Let's do that and see what we get. Okay, so we have this. Now what are we looking at up here? Very similar, except they've got zeros instead of spaces. Why have we got? Oh, because we've got multiple underscores in there. Oh, I see. It's just added them. It's changed it here to underscores here. I think we can probably. Why is it done that? That's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm guessing we can just clean that up though, because we know what they are. So let's, because they're always going to be the same. So we can just clean that up. Fine, with a select. So we can say inside point not sale, outside point not sale, and then total point sale. Okay, so that should clean that up a bit. Yep. Now we need to deal with these spaces that we have. So cleansing, can we? Let's have a look and see what we can do. So replace. It's almost like I want to replace empty with zeros. No, it's not nulls. It's empty. Okay. No, we can't use the We can't use the cleaning. So we'll just use a formula. And then I think in the we have to do multi-field formula. Okay, so let's have a look. So we look at text, and maybe we want to convert them all to be actually something useful. So doubles. Okay, and now look at the numeric. Okay, so these ones, what we can do is we don't want fields and add. No, we don't want a new field. Do a test. So if empty, so we do a condition, which is and then on the test is if empty, and then the field is current, then we want to put in 0, else current field. Okay, let's see what that does. Yep, that fills in zeros on the, where it was empty. Nice. Okay, so let's bring in the browse. Run that. And then do a compare to the original. Slight difference in title, which we can just clean up here. Of O. Now it's messed up my formula. Come on. There we go. Run that again. Oh, they're all capital O's. Oh well, I'm not going to change that. Alright, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.